Hey, this is one Jason Rogers here. I'm doing another quick review on a Blu product. This is the Blu Advanced 4.0. I've done reviews on the Blu Live Play, Blu Live View, and the Blu Live Tank. Here's another one. This one's going to my daughter, $77 on Amazon, so great price for this phone. I think even retail at the high end is only 89 bucks. This phone right here is the phone that I recommend if you just want an inexpensive smartphone and just to get into the market. If you got a few more dollars, I'd go for the Moto G, but even the Moto G can't compare to this phone as far as price. Now, you're not going to get the same build quality, you're not going to get the same features in it, but overall, for what you get in this phone, it's great. 1.3 megahertz dual core CPU in this, 512 megs of RAM, 4 gigs of storage space on this, but it is expandable. Batteries underneath the cover here. You've got a slot for another SIM if you want to expand the memory on it. 2 GSM SIM cards can go in here, so you can run on 2 different networks if you want. Worked perfectly fine on T-Mobile. Worked perfectly fine on AT&T. This phone is 4-inch screen on it. One thing to keep in mind though, this is an LCD screen, active color backlit. So it is going to be a little bit different than kind of your flagship devices. Let me kind of see if I can kind of show you that. So you can kind of see right in here a little bit. You'll see that off angle, you'll get kind of that LCD look where the pixels, kind of don't look as crisp or clear. But again, you're talking about an $80 phone here. It's plastic all the way around. It does not feel cheap though. Pretty light phone. I think it feels actually great. Kind of reminds me of that original iPhone 3G that came out. Not the thinnest phone in the world, but that definitely does not detract from it at all. The 5 megapixel camera on it was actually great. I think the pictures look just as good as anything I'd seen coming off of a Moto G. Took really snappy pictures. Here, I'll kind of show you real quick. Take a couple of pictures. There you go. See, it's taking those really pretty fast. Video on it looked really actually looked pretty good. So we'll get back to the home screen here real quick. As far as moving around the phone, I noticed really no lag whatsoever. But then again, I didn't run any benchmarks against this phone. We'll run some benchmarks, and I'll already put it up there. But benchmarks should not be something that you're focused on with in this price range at all. But running everything from your phone to YouTube videos to Netflix to talking on the phone, switching between apps and things like that, we're all really pretty snappy. You're probably not going to run the latest games or anything on here like that, but that's probably not something that you're focused on. I do want to say that the screen. Let me see if I can kind of show you a little bit. See if I can get the angle. There we go. So it's the way that the screen is. It does get smudgy, so you're not going to get kind of the same coating that they're putting on those latest devices that allow for that not to get smudgy. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You're going to be wiping this phone off a lot. In this particular case, I might actually use the screen protector just because I do think, since this is a plastic, you can kind of hear that front screen, and since it smudges so bad, I think you probably would scratch this up coming in and out of your pocket. The back on it, again, it's plastic, it's thin. I can see that getting kind of scratched up. It was a little bit slick in my hand, but with the case, I think you'll do perfectly fine with this. Overall, I think that this is a really good product for the price. There's really not a lot out there to compare with this for the price range. And I've messed with a lot of Chinese phones and things like that, but Blu is at least a Florida-based company. They do actually have really great support. Their return policies are really good. So, you may say, oh, well, I found a Chinese phone and it's the exact same price and the specs are a little bit better than this, or, maybe they're even considerably better than this. However, the thing is this phone, I could return this phone if I had an issue with it. I've never had Blu not stand behind their products. If you have questions, you can send them an email and someone actually gets back to you. So there is something to be said for that. Again, I think this is a great phone. This is just kind of a quick overview of just showing you the product. I would definitely recommend this product as a buy, especially if you're looking for something under $100. if you've got $150 to $200 to spend, go get yourself a Moto G out there. So there you go. That's the Blu Advanced 4.0. All right, thanks. Okay, I've got the Blu Advanced 4.0 running Jelly Bean 4.2.2. I did kind of a quick review of this phone earlier, and I wanted to do the N22X benchmark test on it. I had a few people ask me, so if you guys can see that, I'm going to run this real quick, let you guys see. One thing I did want to mention, I've played around with this phone some more. This is going to be my daughter's phone. I've done a lot of reviews on the Blu products. I still absolutely recommend this phone for the price. Again, like I said, I got it for 77 bucks on Amazon. Phone highest retail, I think, is only $89 on it. The only thing that I have kind of noticed is there's been a few. Let's see if I can kind of. I don't know if you guys can really kind of hear that. I'm kind of making it do that, but I've heard some creaks and some plasticky sounds as I hold the phone. So the long term, I do have a little bit more concern than I originally did. But again, that could just be maybe the case wasn't snapped down all the way. Maybe I was holding the phone too tight. Maybe the phone has actually been dropped or something like that. My daughter has used it for a couple of days now. Although she has, I don't notice any scrapes or scratches or dings or anything like that. But do keep in mind that I'd probably definitely use the cover on this phone right here. And this is a phone that if you work outside or in a rugged environment or something like that, I do kind of see this phone giving you more problems than I initially thought just after kind of hearing that. However, I want to stress that again, this is an $80 phone. Okay, so there's going to be some trade-offs for an $80 phone. So let's go ahead and get in and run the test here. Let's just kind of run everything. See how long this takes. Okay, this is running kind of slow, so I think what we'll probably do is speed this video up for sure. I'm not going to make you guys watch a percentage sign. So when this gets done, I'll show you guys. Okay, we speeded up the video here a little bit. I've got the N22X benchmark test completed. Just to kind of show you guys where it stands. Let's see if I can do this. I'll actually put these in the notes too, but the lighting's terrible. Oh, there we go, from the side a little bit. That right there is that's the Blu Advanced 4.0. So where does it rank? Well, 10,913 is where it's at. To kind of let you know how that compares, it is faster than a Samsung Galaxy S2, but it's definitely under an HTC One X, Google Nexus 4, Samsung Galaxy S3, Google Nexus 10, Sony Xperia Z, Sony Galaxy Note 2, HTC One, and I could keep going. The Galaxy Note 3 is kind of the one up on top. So overall, like I said, here you go, 10,913. There's nothing really wrong with that. That score. It's definitely not in the higher end of devices, but again, for the price, 80 bucks for this phone, that's actually pretty admirable. It did actually confirm 4.2.2 is what it's running. It's running an ARM processor. I think I kind of mentioned that in my other review, 1.3 megahertz. The one thing that's kind of interesting though is the RAM on it actually is, it's supposed to be 512, but for some reason this is reading 468.8. Not really sure what that's about, but again, it doesn't seem to be deterring at all from using the device. So there you go. That's the Blu Advanced 4.0. Thanks a lot.